Thank you for this kind introduction. My name is Piotr Wygocki. I am CEO and co-founder at MIM Solutions, a machine learning company from Poland. And let me get straight to the point. Having a child is simple, unfortunately only in theory. In practice, 1 out of 6 couples struggle to conceive a child, and this number is constantly growing, especially in well-developed countries. You might not be aware of that, but most probably you know people who went through IVF. People do not talk openly about fertility disorders. To further emphasize the scale, there are over 300 million people struggling with infertility. And for majority of the cases, IVF, in vitro fertilization, is the only way for them to fulfill their dream. Although IVF is one of the greatest achievements of our times, it is still very costly and very inefficient. So the average cost is $10,000, and the success rate, so the chance for pregnancy, is only 30%. So the procedure is pretty complex. It's a great emotional and financial burden for a couple. So actually right now, only a tiny fraction of affected couples go through IVF. It's less than 10% couples who decide for the treatment. So there is a huge market gap and huge market opportunity. So there are these 3 major reasons, major obstacles over here. So the first one is the cost, the second one is inefficiency of the process, and the third one is availability. And in MIM Solutions, we work very hard to address all of these 3 issues. So we employed AI to develop 2 technologies, namely FolliScan is for ultrasound examination designed for IVF, and EmbryoAid is embryo scoring system, so embryo quality assessment tool designed for embryologists. So both of these solutions are AI-based. They are easily integrated into already existing process. So we do not come up with any additional steps or any additional examination. These examinations are already done in the process. Our goal is to make this process simpler for the physicians and to increase the efficiency. So let me start with describing FolliScan. FolliScan is about automatizing all of ultrasound examination, but why is of such a large importance? So this is the map of fertility clinics in the US. You can see the states without a single clinic. For a number of states, there is only 1 clinic. So you can imagine that for many patients, it's a standard that you travel to go to IVF, usually to a different city, very often to a different country. So we know for example, clinics from Europe, which have patients from South America, for example. And you need to go to this clinic 6 times over 1 month, at least. And half of these visits are for this ultrasound examination. So we believe this is the major obstacle holding IVF clinics from scaling up. And our idea is to automatize this ultrasound examination. So using FolliScan, this examination could be done in any gynecological office, and these results will be automatically interpreted and sent out to the parent IVF clinic. So this is the main idea behind FolliScan. we were able to achieve 93% of accuracy, which is better than human expert. Actually, we discovered that human experts can omit even 50% of antral follicles or follicles. And also, we do not only measure and count follicles in women ovary, we also do recommendation about the treatment, which can increase the efficiency of this part of procedure by 30%. Let me talk about our second product, which is called Embryo8. And this is quality assistant tool for scoring embryos. So basically, it helps us distinguishing between embryos which will give pregnancy and these embryos which will not give pregnancy. And this is one of the tasks which is done by embryologists for standard practice. And it is very important mainly for from clinic perspective because it increases the per transfer success rate when done correctly, and which is the most important KPI for any IVF clinic. It is used for rating and comparing IVF clinics. And once again, we were able to design artificial intelligence algorithms which improve upon embryologist results. It's worth mentioning that that the worst embryologists has scored less than 50%, which is basically worse than random guess, which shows how hard this task is. So let me talk a little bit about the market. So the IVF market alone is $21 billion, and it's expected to grow 8% per annum. We provide cloud-based software as a service solution. Our future plan, our scaling plan, the simulation shows that acquiring one large chain of clinic would give us $50 million of income for Folliscan and $5 million for Embryo8. Here's our marvelous team. Here with me is Ula Sankowska. She's Businesswoman of the Year 2021. She won AI Entrepreneur Award in 2022. Our Chief Scientific Officer is Piotr Sankowski, a professor at the University of Warsaw. He won Best Polish Scientist Award, also Crystal Brussels. He's the first Pole with 3 ERC grants, the best grants you can get as a single scientist. Myself, I got a PhD in computer science. I won Kaggle Days. We've been second in prestigious Rex Exchange. I've done more than 30 complex machine learning projects. We've also won Innovator of the Year Award in 2022 and Central European Bioforum Award in Biodigital category in 2022. We've got more than 50 experts on board right now. We were able to raise $4.8 million by public funding. It's worth mentioning that 20% of this was our private investments, which shows how dedicated we are to this project, how strongly we believe in this solution. Our solutions are currently tested in IVF clinics, namely Invicta and Cryobank, the largest clinics in Poland, covering more than 15% of market. We also work with patients-related societies. We've got patronage of our Stork. And we are planning to raise further $10 million, mainly for further development, mostly integration with major EMRs and scaling and certification for the future 2 years. And thank you very much for your attention.